Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of the Academy.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Okay, cool. So Vanessa and I are going to be going over a few pretty cool things. So if you have your pen and paper out, you'll be writing notes. You're going to say, "Oh, I'm going to remember it all. It's okay." And then by the time you walk out of the door, half of it's gone. By the time you walk downstairs, it's almost all gone. Okay, so make sure you're writing notes.
All right, awesome, guys. So this week, Results Academy, we're going to be going over your story. So your whole life journey story, whether you had a journey, you've got a story and you're going through one now, you're starting a fresh one now, anything, it doesn't matter. We're just going to go through your story, how to share it and things like that. So, guys, why do we have a story? Why do we share our story? Does anyone know? Yeah? Maybe have someone who's been through the same. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah. So you want to switch? Okay. Yeah. So we have our story, to inspire people, to help somebody, and honestly, somebody shared their story to you. That's why you're here now. Someone shared a story, whether it be a story about their result, or a story about the Herbalife Shake, or a story about something. Someone shared something to you. That's why you're here today. So it's important to know what to say, because if someone comes up to you and says, "How did you lose that weight?" You say, "I go to this club in Liverpool. It's dark sometimes, and they give me these shakes. And I come out." You're gonna say, "What? What are you doing?" Okay. So it's very, really important to know what to say. So your story, Vanessa.
Okay, so before the challenge started, I'm sure whoever's in the challenge, you guys should have taken a before photo. Yeah, this is your before photo. You're also gonna put together with your after or later photo. Yeah. So why we take these photos is just not only show the difference, just to and the reason why we share our stories is not only to just share it with everyone so that they understand your story, but it's because everyone in the world has their own opinion, yeah? But whatever you go through, whatever you experience, no one can take that away from you, yeah? If Robert was to share his story to me, and I was to say, "No, that's not true, you're lying, you're full of it," whatever, I can't, it's not going to affect him. He experienced that result himself. I can't say, "I'm going to take that story away from you because I don't believe it, you're just full of it," yeah? If you experience it, who's going to doubt it? Yeah. So you've gone through it. No one can take that story away from you. So that's why that's why having your own personal story is actually really, really so important.
What are some other reasons why we have a story, or why we just share it? What are some other reasons, just off the top of your head? Why? Do you remember where we started from? I didn't even think of that. That's why we asked the team.
That is very deep.
How much you've grown, yeah. And it's crazy. Who has looked at a photo of them before they started on their products, or even in the community, looked at it, and you're looking and you're like, "Wow, I can't believe I was like that before," And it's amazing to see how much you've grown. Not only physically but mentally as well. Okay, so it's important to document the journey. That's why we took the photos, we took the measurements, because if you don't know where you start, then when you look back, you're going to be unsure about your results. And if you never took a photo in the beginning, you're not going to know really what you've done in the 4 weeks. So that's why we took the photos. And these are online as well. So we're going to go over some of the questions, and we're going to show you guys how to script, or how to share your story in a simple way. So you don't tell people that you come to a dark club and drink shakes. So you can share it in a nice way. Vanessa?
All right, guys. So what are you sharing? Just take a quick minute to think about how your life, how your life was before you entered those doors. Yeah, how was it? Whether it be energy-wise, your mindset-wise, your physical appearance, things like that. How is life now versus then?
How did you feel before Herbalife? Have a quick sort of think. And we like to break it down to 3 points, just to simplify it. What are 3 feelings or sort of things that you were going through before Herbalife? So before Herbalife, you can write this down, because this is something that you might say. Before Herbalife, I was tired, lazy, underweight. That was me. Vanessa, what about you?
prior to Herbalife, I was very lazy. I'd always nap and very, very negative.
Okay, so whatever it might be, you might not have changed so much physically, but it might be a mental thing. Because Herbalife is not just a way to get healthier physically, but mentally be a part of something bigger than yourself. That's why this community is so powerful. How did you get started with Herbalife? So once you've written those 3 points, so before Herbalife, I was tired, lazy, underweight, and then I say, how did I get started on Herbalife? And I say, I saw an advertisement and I sat in a briefing or a meeting. That's me. Some of you guys might say, I saw a Facebook post, my friend invited me to a fit club. Some of you guys, so how is it that you got started? So this is something that you can share to your friends and family. How is it that you got started?
So guys, just in your booklet, there is this page where it shows where there's a slot for you to fill out 3 points of satisfaction prior. And there's also 3 positive outcomes. So it could be anything, literally like, oh, I can walk up the stairs now. I can go for a run for like 10 minutes now. Just even like the little things. Yeah, the challenge isn't over yet. Yeah, we still have another 2 weeks to go. So just the little things you've noticed in the past 2 weeks.
If you don't have your book, you should. If you don't have it, write it down on a piece of paper and go home and write it down, because the books are there for a reason. And at the end, we're going to be checking the books to see if you guys qualify. The 3 dissatisfaction. So whatever it might be. And it's really cool because the photos, when we took them in the next 4 weeks, when you look back, you think 4 weeks is not a lot of time. When you look back and you see how much we achieved, it's awesome. And we're really excited for the photos and how they're going to compare towards the end. So after you've done your 3 dissatisfactions, you're going to write these specific words. Okay, so since starting on my Herbalife nutrition program, or since starting the BMTC, those 2 sort of words you can use. Some people are just doing a challenge, but they're not on the product, which is fine. Or you can just say, since starting on my Herbalife nutrition program. You don't need to say, since drinking vanilla shakes from Liverpool. It sounds pretty weird. Say, since starting on my Herbalife nutrition program. Okay, I've been able to achieve, or I've lost, or I've gained, or I've done 3 points. Okay, so the 3 points, it's got to correlate to the first 3 points that you said. So if I say, before Herbalife, I was tired, lazy, underweight, and then after Herbalife, I say, I've got a girlfriend, and then after Herbalife, like I was able to, get a car. They're gonna think, what is this? This is completely different. Okay. So it's really important to compare it to the last one. Okay. So one thing that happened to me before Herbalife, tired, lazy, underweight. Since starting on my Herbalife nutrition program, I was able to put on muscle, drop body fat, and gain energy. Vanessa?
Yeah, that's like why you have 3 dissatisfaction, not just 3 positive things. Yeah, you have something to compare it back to. Yeah, I'm not just gonna go up to someone and be like, hi, since starting my Herbalife program, I've increased my energy like crazy. How are they gonna know what I was like before? Yeah, you need to compare it back to something.
Yeah.
So yeah, like prior to Herbalife, I was like really negative, lazy, and always napping. Now I don't nap. I've got my energy's through the roof, and I'm like positive now. Yeah, I look at every situation that I used to look at back then differently because of my mindset. Yeah. So that's why it's really good that it links back. So your positive outcome actually kind of links back to your dissatisfaction from before, because it wouldn't make sense if, what Rob said, he was underweight, but then he got a girlfriend. Like, what? What does that have to do with that? Like, Herbalife helped me get a girlfriend? Like, what? So yeah, that's why it's really important to have your dissatisfaction linked with your positive outcome as well. Now, whether it could be, like I said before, it could be anything, whether it's your weight, your physical exercise, things like that, just the little thing, your skin, your hair, even the littlest thing. I realized that before, my nails used to break so easily, and now they're like so hard, and they've grown so long.
It's important. The Herbalife products help you feel absolutely amazing. You look awesome, but there's a lot of other benefits, side benefits. So I'll give you guys an example. One of my friends at work, she gets really angry and tense and so up and down with the feelings and emotions. And then I said, well, since starting on the Herbalife products, I was able to balance my emotions out. And sort of stress level, if you can say stress level. I was stressed before, I could balance it out. And that was because of a product called Tanquai, which we have over there. And she's like, okay, let me try it. And then now I've been teaching her how to share her story. So I'm telling her, since starting on the Tankwai or whatever product, I was cranky. So I was cranky before. I was always rude to Robert, and I snapped at everyone. That was her, you know. And she's like, since starting on that product, now I'm feeling a lot better, and I've got balanced stress level. So it doesn't matter what sort of nutrition plan or BMT, just anything. But it's important to remember where you were before. Okay. So once you guys have written it down, we're going to quickly ask a few people in the room to share their stories. Okay, everyone's like, oh crap, I didn't write it down. Let me quickly do it. Okay, so you guys got like 30 seconds to write it down. 3 dissatisfactions since starting on, or since jumping on, or doing this, starting on even just a shake or the tea. I've been able to, and then 3 points. And some of you guys, you're just getting started on product, which is fine. But just put down how you feel, even the minor things. You're not snapping at your boyfriend, really quick, taking time for him to get into your skin. Things like that, whatever it might be. So 3 points after. You're getting some dirty looks, yeah? Getting some dirty looks. So 3 points. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds, starting from now.
And it doesn't have to be like from a certain period of time. You can even share how you guys are feeling now, yeah? Just because you've reached your goal, it doesn't mean your Herbalife journey is finished, yeah? It's a healthy, active lifestyle, guys. Yeah, so you don't have to share, that's how I started, this is how it ended, for me personally, my Herbalife journey is still going, yeah? So it could be like how you're feeling now, and have you reached your goal yet? You can share that in your story as well.
Who wants to go first?
Me.
Thanks.
Okay, awesome. So my 3 dissatisfactions. Number 1, I was underweight. I was 70 kilos, and I was only shredded during preseason. So preseason used to last for about 2 months, and that's when I'd look like the leanest. As soon as that would finish, I'd put on heaps of body fat due to lack of knowledge on nutrition, which was number 2, and poor mindset. So I used to drink a lot and go out and party. All right, my positives. Since joining the community and starting on my Herbalife nutrition program, I've gained a total of 15 kilos. I'm shredded all year round. Number 2, I have a very good understanding of health and nutrition and good balance of my body. And number 3, I have a strong mindset with purpose and healthy focus.
So that's it.
Clap it up. All right, now Bex, I want you to add that into this and make it that sentence. Here you go.
So the shorter, the better, because it's less to remember.
Keep it simple, guys. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. So what your 3 dissatisfaction and your 3 positive outcomes, just put it into that sentence. Make it short and simple.
My story. Before starting on my healthy active lifestyle journey, I was underweight. I was also had poor lack of knowledge on nutrition, and I had a poor mindset. Since starting on my healthy active lifestyle journey and my Herbalife nutrition program, I've gained a total of 15 kilos. I have a great understanding of nutrition and health, and I have a very strong mindset.
Yes. Hey guys, you don't even have to remember it. Just refer back to this book.
And,
right there.
And guys, I don't know if you guys know, but the coordinators of an event that we run every single month called the Kickoff are in this room, which is Sue and Beth. And if they see that your stories are aligning really well, and you're saying it with confidence and passion, they might choose you to speak on stage. So just, bear that in mind. Who wants to go next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Starting my Herbalife journey, I have not been lazy,
That was straightforward, and you correlated it perfect. Who's next? I'll choose Matthews. He gave me that look, You're supposed to keep your eyes down, but you nothing to do it.
Before starting on my healthy active lifestyle journey, I was very overweight. I had heartburn, and I was unhappy with my looks. And then since starting my healthy active lifestyle journey, I have lost body weight and fat. I feel able to look the way I look, and I've also found it easier to exercise.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Straightforward. One more person. Zainab?
Yeah. Before starting my Herbalife journey, I was inactive, I was overweight, and my meals were super unhealthy. Ever since starting my journey, of course, I'm much more active. I lost almost 8 kilos, and my meals are much more wholesome, and I know what I'm putting in my body.
Wow. so much, guys, for sharing your story. Now that you know how, it's right there in the book. Whether you're sharing your story in person, sharing on social media, what's this one thing that we need in your photos and things like that? Does anyone know?
You need a result to get posting it up. Yeah, that's
You're
important.
posting your result, but what do you need to put into like your result at the end of your result?
Yay!
Who knows what the disclaimer is?
Results are typical. Oh, she got it.
Individual.
What was that? Would you say something before that?
Results are typical.
And
Yeah.
put it together.
Team effort.
Okay, so when you're posting up your photo, or if you decide to or not, when you're speaking to people, just let them know that these results are not typical and individual results vary. The reason why is because everybody's body's different. Somebody might have the desire to lose, 15 kilos, but their body type is completely different to Matthew's, and they might be thinking, "Oh, if Matthew's did it in this amount of time, I can do it as well." And that might be the case, but it's really important not to give people false hope and sort of over promise people. The products are absolutely amazing and they work. They work so well only if you use it properly. Okay. There's this one thing that I always say to my clients: the products are specifically designed to not work if you don't use it. And he looked at me, he's thinking, oh, okay. If you don't use it, it's not going to work. Okay, so it's really important to put this in the bottom of your photo or tag it. So Vanessa's going to quickly draw something like how it could look like on Instagram or Facebook. And when we are taking our before photos, we didn't ask anybody to get in their Speedos and lingerie. We told them to put sports clothes on and stuff like that. So this afterwards, we do the same thing. So if you're taking your before photo, definitely have that disclaimer. That's your result. Okay? But when you're taking your before photo, if you did it at home,
The disclaimer.
if you did it at home or you did it at the club, make sure you have proper clothing. If you have really baggy clothes, and then at the end of the challenge you've got tight things like that, it's sort of misleading. Okay, so you want to be wearing the same thing, or if you lost a great amount of weight, you can wear something slimmer. Okay, so it's important for the appropriate clothing when you're taking your before photos. So we've already taken care of that. And your after photos, again, appropriate clothing. You don't need to wear. You can wear like a full dress for your before after photo, but if you're doing a challenge, it doesn't really make sense. So if you're in sports gear and you say, in 4 weeks, I've lost this and I look like this, and you're wearing like full formal suits and dress, that's fine, but it's going to look so much nicer if the two photos look in the same clothing, the same background, and all of these is the waist is thinner or the biceps are bigger, okay? So that's that with the results. And it's really important. This is to protect not only the club and the coaches, but it's to protect Herbalife as a company, okay? People give misleading if people say misleading things, then it's going to put a bad image on the coaches. It's going to put a bad image on all of us, okay? So each of us need all of us, okay? So it's really important. If you don't remember to put it on there, one of the coaches will just message you and let you know. But it's important. Vanessa?
Yeah, like Rob said before, if someone was to lose 10 kilos and I jumped on the program expecting that I'm losing 10 kilos in like a month, yeah, it's not typical. That's why you have the disclaimer. So no one can argue with you. Let's say Rob lost 10 kilos and I jumped on the products and in a month and I didn't lose 10 kilos. I'd come to Rob and be like, you told me that I'm going to lose 10 kilos in a month, but what is this, yeah? But if you put the disclaimer saying that results aren't typical and individual results may vary, clearly it says over there that results are not typical, individual results may vary. No one can argue with you, yeah? No one can say, well, you told me I'm going to lose 10 kilos and I didn't, so I want my money back, or whatever it is, yeah? So that's why it's really, really, really important to have the disclaimer there so no one argues with you. And everyone has their own opinions with things. But if you put this out there, who's going to argue with you? No one.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And yeah, there's like negative people everywhere. So you just never know. Someone might even pick at you. But if you have this, you're protected.
And cultivating this story and your photo And if at the end of the 4 weeks, when you post it, or if you decide to post it, there might be someone, your friend or your family, or somebody that you might know, someone that you used to go to school with, who's just checking out their Facebook feed, and they scroll down and they see that photo, and they look at it and they say, man, what is she doing? What is he doing? Whatever it is, I want to be a part of it. And then that person comes into the club, and as a result of them getting started on the products or being part of the community, their life and their whole family's life has changed because you put on a post on Facebook to inspire someone else. That's what we're doing here, okay? So work on yourself so, not only you can get a better result yourself, but you can inspire a lot of other people. And people are watching, whether you like it or not. There's a lot of people that are watching your snaps and your Insta stories and stuff. When you show them what you can do, then they have no excuse or they have no reason to do
They might not like it, but they're watching. All right, guys, just some tips. Keep it short. There is nothing more boring than a person who goes on and on and on and on and on about the same thing for let's say half an hour, yeah? So keep it short, sharp, and simple. Yeah.
Any questions, guys? It's pretty straightforward. Any questions? Liz?
Do you have to say that when you're speaking to people?
It's definitely important to let them know that these results are not typical and they will vary. But
so how would you say it?
So this is my results, but the coach can let you know about how you can get your results. That's something that I would say. I could all just let them know everybody's body is different. It's up to your body what you can achieve. Speak to the coach. We'll get started on this. So that's what I explain. Is there any other tips on coaches, what you guys would say?
I usually say, for someone that wants to get exact same results that I got, I worked my butt off for that period of time like crazy, and I followed it to 100% extent. Do you have the mindset to do that? Your body will find out. Yeah, it will show. That's it.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
How would you say? Just in case, how would you say?
Wait, I asked them. How would I say? No, it depends though. So if someone asks me, so what's typical for someone, or how much weight do people usually lose? I tell them, typically someone will lose half a kilo to a kilo per week, but there's individual results are going to vary. As for me, that'll insert my result. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. That's exactly right. The average weight that people lose per week is half a kilo to a kilo per week, depending on their nutrition program.
But what you heard is what's possible.
Any other?
Guys, just another tip is share from the heart. Yeah, have an emotional attachment to your story. This is a positive thing you've just come out of, or you're still going through. Yeah, so get an amazing result. Share from. Yes, it is.
How long would your result be? Like when you're speaking to someone, like what sort of time frame would you say?
60 seconds.
Definitely don't say that. What would you say, Vanessa?
Sorry? Wait, what?
60 seconds? Yeah.
Just keep it short and simple, okay? So don't go over a minute.
Okay, so no longer than a minute. Okay, cool.
Or when you're sharing your story?
Yeah. Like when you're just chatting to someone.
Yeah.
If they ask questions,
like you're on an elevator.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
yeah,
ask
like
questions,
30 seconds, straight up, like this is, I'm happy, I'm positive, no more nothing. Yeah. So like even if you're going to the grocery store, yeah, just, you can have not two different stories, but like two different time duration stories. Yeah, one for like on the go, and one if you're standing there explaining to someone, I guess. Yeah.
And if they ask more questions, answer them. Don't say, I don't know what else
I've
to
got to
say.
go, my time's up.
No, just let share with them how you feel and share from the heart. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So it's really easy.
So yeah, so with your story, it doesn't have to be just product result. There's skin, there's targeted nutrition, physical energy wise, your mindset wise, everything. So why not have a story for all?
Guys, we're pretty much done. Any questions?
Do we all know how to share our stories now?
Yes.
No questions?
No, you ask.
Where would you place a disclaimer if you're putting it on social media?
You can put it on the photo, like right here.
Yeah.
Or if you're putting a caption, in the caption at the end.
Yeah, and you can put the
Or
stars Starts at the end of the
Yeah.
sentence. Yeah.
So
Beginning of the end.
you wouldn't put it in the comment section. You would make sure that it's in the photo or
Yeah.
in the actual caption. Okay.
Or both. 'Cause,
Yeah.
better safe than sorry. You don't want to argue with anyone. Okay. So yeah, that's it from us. Any questions, guys?
All right, thanks, Johnny. He wants to go. Yeah, get up.
All right, that's
Thanks,
it from
guys.
us.
Oh, it's mine. I didn't drink it because